My child, I see what they've been whispering in secret. The ones who smile to your face but sharpen weapons behind your back. They think I do not see. They believe I am silent. But I am neither blind nor inactive. I am God, the all-seeing one, the defender of the righteous. And I tell you now, heaven is intervening. What they plotted in the shadows is being exposed in my light. What they crafted in darkness will be unraveled by my hand. Because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Not in this hour, not under my watch, not with my name written over your life. You are mine, marked, chosen, covered, and I don't let my children walk into ambushes unaware. That's why I stirred your spirit. That's why your discernment increased. That's why you suddenly felt uneasy around certain people. It was me warning you. It was me pulling back the veil to reveal hearts that were never truly for you. Not to break you, but to protect you. Because what you thought was rejection was actually redirection. I removed who I did for a reason. You didn't lose them. I removed them. Because if they stayed, they would have sabotaged your next season. You are about to rise, and not everyone can rise with you. Some were only loyal to your limitation. They supported you as long as you were beneath them, as long as you stayed small, as long as you didn't outgrow their comfort zone. But you've been stretching, growing, obeying me in silence, and now your elevation is at hand. So I had to intervene. I had to disrupt conversations meant to trap you. I had to confuse plans designed to delay you. I had to remove voices that were contaminating your confidence, because this next move of mine, it's too holy to be compromised. Your name is being mentioned in places you don't even know about. But I am there. Your destiny is being discussed behind doors you haven't opened yet. But I am the one with the keys. So don't fear the schemes of man. Don't be shaken by their strategies. Don't waste time explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. I am your defender, and I fight in realms they cannot touch. I go before you. I stand behind you. I surround you with my glory. And when I speak, their plans scatter. Even now I am confusing their camp, turning their agreements into disarray, causing their alliances to fall apart, because I will not allow you to be outnumbered when you have the host of heaven behind you. Do you hear me, child? You are not alone. You are backed by angels, covered by grace, wrapped in fire, and I don't just observe attacks, I overturn them. This isn't the first time they plotted against my people. They tried to trap Daniel. I shut the lions' mouths. They tried to silence Esther. I made her queen. They tried to crucify Jesus, and I raised him in glory. So what they mean for evil, I will use for good. The very trap they set will become the stage where I display my power. Watch me turn it around. Watch me lift you up while they watch in silence. I will prepare a table before you, in the presence of your enemies. Yes, they will see it, and they will know that I, the Lord, have favored you. So hold your peace. You don't have to fight in your own strength. You don't need to return insult for insult. Just stay in position. Stay in obedience. Stay in worship, because your posture in this moment is your weapon. Worship confuses the enemy. Honor shuts the mouth of accusers. Obedience activates angelic movement. And I've already dispatched angels to guard your path. You will not walk into that meeting unprotected. You will not enter that relationship unaware. You will not move forward without divine backing. I am with you. And because I am with you, no plan, no gossip, no attack will prevail. Let them talk. Let them plot. Let them gather. They are gathering in vain, because every time they conspire, I counter it. Every word spoken against you, I turn into fuel for your next elevation. Yes, I will use it all. The betrayal, the lies, the envy, the slander. I will flip it, redeem it, and place you higher than before. Because what was meant to destroy you has only deepened your dependence on me. And that is what I love most. You didn't curse. You didn't quit. You didn't harden your heart. You came closer. And because you came closer, I will reward you openly. I'm exposing the hidden and promoting the humble. You don't need revenge. You just need me. For now, my child, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel, as this is the medium through which I will continue to talk with you. And now, rest, sleep tonight, knowing heaven is intervening. The truth is surfacing, and the breakthrough is arriving. You're safe in me. They thought their words were harmless. They thought what they said in private would never reach your ears. But I heard it. And more than that, I judged it. Because I do not just watch what's done in the open. I search hearts. I weigh motives. I see every hidden intention. And I tell you now, I am dealing with it. This is not about vengeance. This is about justice, because I am a God of justice. I do not allow my children to be lied on, dragged down, mocked in secret without answering. Number, I step in. You've wondered why I allowed certain people to get close. You've questioned why I didn't stop that connection before it started. But what they meant as a snare, I used as a mirror. You saw their true nature because I let it surface. I let the mask fall. I let their character speak. And now you know. Now you see. And once I reveal, I redeem. You will not be left in the wreckage of betrayal. You will rise above it. You will walk through it without a scar, because I've covered you in the fire. You may have been surrounded, but you were never unprotected. The same way I stood with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the flames, I've been standing with you, while they whispered, while they schemed, while they laughed. I was standing right beside you. And what they don't know is that their plot triggered your promotion. They thought they were burying you, but they were planting you. And I am about to cause a harvest to break forth from the very soil of your pain. Get ready for favor to chase you down. Get ready for sudden opportunities. Get ready for people to bless you who don't even know why they're doing it. That's me. That's what I do when I step in. When the enemy pushes too far, I respond. And this time, I'm responding publicly. There are things I did for you in secret. I shielded you. I kept your mind together. I held your heart in place. But this next move, everyone will see it, because I want it to be known. You are mine. I want it to be seen. You are chosen, protected, marked for glory, and no lie can undo what I've declared over you. Let the liars speak. I will silence them with evidence. Let them doubt you. I will elevate you right in front of them. Let them gather against you. They will stumble and fall, not because you fought them, but because I did. Your only job is to stay in the Spirit. Stay aligned. Stay holy. I will handle the rest. Do not seek revenge. Seek my face. Do not retaliate. Worship. Do not worry. Trust. I am bringing divine reversal. Where they cursed, I will bless. Where they accused, I will vindicate. Where they plotted, I will intervene. There is no slander that sticks in my presence, no accusation that survives the fire of my truth. And I am releasing that fire now, through your praise, through your peace, through your obedience. I am answering. You are not weak for being quiet. You are not foolish for staying silent. You are wise. You are protected. You are walking under divine strategy. Because when I raise a standard, no attack can prevail. That's what I've done for you. I've raised a shield around you, and now I'm raising a banner over you. Victory. This isn't the end. This is the turning point. I'm turning every accusation into honor, every betrayal into birthing, every delay into divine alignment. Don't look back. Don't dwell on what they said. Don't replay the wounds in your mind. Look at me. I am the author of your story. And this chapter is called Deliverance. I am restoring your strength. I am lifting your head. I am making all things new. They will wonder how you made it out. They will question how you're still standing. But you will know it was me. I intervened. I stepped in. I overturned the trap. And now, I'm walking you forward into something greater. So go forward with confidence. You are not walking into a battlefield. You are walking into a breakthrough. Your name is cleared. Your path is ordered. Your miracle is in motion. And heaven is fighting for you. They wanted to see you fall. They expected you to break under pressure, to give up, to walk away, to lose hope. But you didn't. You stood, even when your heart was heavy, even when your name was slandered, even when no one else stood with you. And that moved me, because I do not just reward actions, I reward faith. And your faith has been speaking louder than any accusation ever could. Heaven has heard your cry, not the cry of your mouth, but the cry of your heart, the silent pain, the unspoken grief, the battle you've been fighting behind closed doors. I saw it all, and while others overlooked you, dismissed you, and judged you without understanding your journey, I watched you cling to me. You didn't curse me when it hurt. You came closer. You still prayed. You still trusted. And now, I am releasing the reward of the faithful. Heaven is intervening. You don't have to chase justice. I am bringing it to your door. You don't have to explain what happened. I am uncovering what's hidden. I am pulling back the curtain on every plot. I am revealing the source of every delay. I am stripping the disguise off every false voice in your circle. Because I will not let you walk forward with snakes hiding in your grass. This is a season of separation. And though it may feel like loss, it is actually protection. I am cutting ties that were draining your destiny. I am removing access from those who never honored your calling. You've outgrown environments that once felt comfortable, and now I'm shifting you into new territory. But you must walk with me. You must trust the unknown. You must release what I tell you to release, even when it hurts. Because what I have planned for you requires clean hands and a guarded heart. No contamination, no compromise, no counterfeits. You were not created to blend in. You were created to carry fire. That's why they attacked you. That's why they tried to silence you. Because the enemy saw the flame before you even knew how bright it could burn. But I protected the flame. Even when you doubted your worth, even when you questioned your anointing, even when you said, God, why me? I was preserving the spark, and now I'm fanning it into fire. You will not be hidden much longer. The silence is ending. The warfare is breaking. The glory is rising. And yes, they will see it. I am preparing a public table because your pain was public. I am giving you public honor because the shame was loud. But I am louder, and I will not be mocked. I will not let my child be used, betrayed, discarded, without lifting you higher in the very place where they buried you. This is resurrection season. What looked dead is about to live again. What they said was over is being touched by my breath. What you thought you lost was only the seed. and now the harvest is coming. Yes, child, I am making all things new, so do not fear the warfare. It's a sign the miracle is close. Do not be intimidated by the whispers. They're just noise, distractions meant to steal your focus. But I'm shifting your focus now. Lift your eyes, look higher. Because while they're watching you, I'm watching over you. They see your actions, but I see your heart, and it pleases me. So walk in confidence. Don't shrink to make others comfortable. Don't dim your light to fit into places I'm calling you out of. You were never meant to be silent. You were never meant to be small. You were meant to shake atmospheres, to carry my presence, to walk into rooms and shift them without saying a word. That's why the resistance has been so strong. But resistance is proof of purpose. Opposition is a sign you're on the right path. You're getting close, so close, to what I promised. The enemy can sense it. He's nervous. But it's too late, because I have already intervened. I have already overturned the plan. I have already positioned your angels. You are not going to fall. You are not going to fail. You are not going to miss what's next, because I am with you, and I never lose. Let me tell you again, you are not losing. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. Even though it felt like silence, even though your prayers seemed to echo without answer, I was working. Behind the noise, I was orchestrating. Behind the betrayal, I was protecting. Behind the loss, I was building something stronger. You thought it was just spiritual warfare, but I tell you, this was more than an attack. This was a test of your faith, a test of your posture, a test of your endurance when the spotlight left and the shadows came. And now, because you didn't give up, because you didn't curse me in the storm, because you kept believing even while bleeding, I am releasing what I reserved for the remnant. Yes, you are my remnant. You are the one I preserved, the one I refined, the one I set apart. That's why your story couldn't look like everyone else's. That's why the warfare came in waves, because the oil I placed on you cost more than they'll ever understand. And now I'm pouring it out. An anointing that breaks chains, a clarity that cuts through confusion, a mantle that silences mockery. I have not only defended you, I have promoted you. Yes, I said promoted. Even before the breakthrough is visible, even before the door swings open, in the spirit, it has already happened, because what I speak becomes. What I touch transforms, and what I call mine, I do not abandon. Let the doubters fall away. Let the snakes scatter. Let the lies lose power. I am lifting you above it. I am exalting your name where it was once dragged. But hear me. Do not harden your heart. Don't let pain turn you bitter. Don't let betrayal make you cold. Don't let their dishonor change your identity. You are not what they did to you. You are what I declared over you. You are chosen. You are clean. You are covered. You are not a victim. You are a vessel. And I still have use for you. Yes, I still have plans. Yes, I still have miracles lined up. Yes, I still have doors with your name carved into them. Don't stop here. Don't settle for survival. You were created to overcome. And this was not the end. This was the setup. I allowed them to think they had power. I allowed the enemy to think his plot had worked. But now I'm showing him and them what happens when I fight for my own. When I arise, no weapon stands. When I speak, no lie survives. And I am speaking over you now. Be free from what bound you. Be loosed from the fear. Be healed from the sting of betrayal. It will not define you. It will not follow you. It will not haunt you. I am breaking it off now. There is a new wind blowing in your direction, a wind of restoration, a wind of recompense, a wind of unstoppable grace. It's about to hit everything around you, your home, your health, your finances, your relationships. Because when I restore, I do not give back the same, I multiply. I don't just replace what was taken. I elevate you into what eyes have not seen. And child, this next chapter is divine. This next move will not come from effort. It will come from favor. This next elevation will not be earned. It will be inherited. Because you passed the test. You stayed faithful. You kept walking when others quit. Now watch what I do. Watch how I raise you above the noise. Watch how I give you peace in the presence of your enemies. Watch how I silence the voices that tried to cancel what I created. They cannot stop this. They cannot block this. They cannot delay what I've already declared. You're entering a suddenly season. Suddenly the door opens. Suddenly the call comes. Suddenly the way is made clear. That is my intervention. That is my fingerprint. That is my justice, and it's arriving right on time. So walk tall. Lift your head. Strengthen your spirit. The night is over. The morning is ending. The shift is here. Heaven has intervened. And hell has lost. You've wondered, God, why did you let me see their betrayal? Why did you show me what they were saying behind my back? Why did it all fall apart so suddenly? Because I wanted you to know you weren't walking with friends. You were walking with actors. I removed the masks. I exposed the intentions. I let the truth surface, not to break you, but to free you. You see, I couldn't elevate you while you were still holding on to what was sent to sabotage you. Some of the people you were loyal to were never loyal to you. They were connected to your past, but not assigned to your future. So I did what only I can do. I shook the ground. I shook the relationships. I shook the circle. And what remained is holy. I am rebuilding your life on the unshakable. I am surrounding you with those who carry honor, not hidden agendas. I am placing voices in your life who speak with discernment, not jealousy. No more manipulation. No more confusion. No more spiritual parasites. This season is about clarity. You will see clearly. You will hear me clearly. You will walk with peace, not second-guessing. Because where I am taking you next, there is no room for double-mindedness. You must be sure. Sure of who you are, sure of who walks with you, sure of my hand on your life. That's why the warfare increased. Because the enemy wanted to keep you distracted, doubting, discouraged. But you stood anyway. You kept praying. You kept trusting even when it made no sense. You still believed. And now you're stepping into the reward of relentless faith. No more delay, no more detours, no more deception. Heaven has cleared the path. And I myself am walking before you. I have dispatched my angels. Not just one, but many. They have surrounded you even now. Ministering spirits, warrior angels, agents of my will. They are watching the gates. They are guarding your next step. They are pushing back the darkness you didn't even know was coming. You are not alone. Yes, they plotted. Yes, they schemed. But their plan failed before it even reached your doorstep. Because I intercepted it. I rerouted the attack. I confused the communication. I turned their strategy into stumbling. Let me say it clearly. No curse can land on what I have blessed. And you are blessed beyond measure. Blessed in your rising. Blessed in your resting. Blessed in your coming and going. Even now I am sealing your name with divine favor. There are rooms you will enter where people don't know you, but they will sense something on you. That's me. There are calls and messages coming you didn't expect, but I scheduled them. That's me. There are doors you thought were shut forever that will swing open again, not because of who you know, but because of who you belong to. That's me. This is not random. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is my divine hand. You've endured enough for 10 lifetimes, but now comes the exchange. I am giving you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, a garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, and you will wear it boldly, because you earned this oil in the secret place. This was not handed to you. This was birthed in fire. I saw you cry yourself to sleep. I saw you fight to hold on. I saw you worship when it hurt the most. And now I am making it known. You were chosen. Even your enemies will have to acknowledge it. Even those who tried to block you will watch as I bless you. They won't understand how you recovered so fast. They won't understand how you stayed standing. They won't understand how you were elevated with no connections, no compromise, and no backing but mine. Let them wonder, let them watch, let them whisper. I am using it all, because what the enemy meant for harm, I have already turned for good. And your story, child, is not one of defeat. It is one of power, of purpose, of preservation. I held you through it all, and I will not drop you now. This is a divine intervention. This is a supernatural shift. This is heaven making it clear. You were never forsaken. They whispered about you. They counted you out. They said, there's no way they'll recover from this. But I laugh in the face of their pride, because what they didn't know was that I had already written your recovery before the attack even began. Before they plotted, I planned. Before they spoke, I sealed. Before they struck, I surrounded you. No plan forged in darkness can override the blueprint I wrote in glory. And now, you're stepping into the chapter they swore would never be written. You're walking into rooms they said you'd never enter. You're receiving favor they said wasn't yours. You're being lifted to heights they thought you were too broken to reach. Because I decided, not man, not title, not bloodline, not history. I decided you were worthy, and that settles it. They judged you by your scars, but I call you by your oil. And child, your oil is costly, because it was crushed out of pain. Every betrayal, every disappointment, every false accusation. I saw it all. I allowed what was necessary, but I never abandoned you. In fact, I drew closer. Even when you didn't feel me, I was closer than your breath. I stood between you and death itself. That dark moment you thought would consume you, I held you there. I fought for you there. I whispered, live. And hell had to back away. So don't be surprised when the tables turn. Don't be shocked when I make you the head and not the tail. This is not payback. This is promotion. You were faithful over little. Now I'm placing much in your hands. You endured in silence. Now I'm honoring you in public. I am the God who sees, the God who records, the God who rewards. Even now, I'm unlocking what was delayed, releasing what was held back, rebuilding what they tried to tear down. There is nothing they did that I cannot overturn. They lied on your name, but I am restoring your reputation. They tried to shut doors, but I am opening double doors in front of you. They tried to bury you, but I was planting you, and now you're rising. Like a tree planted by living water, you will not wither. You will not bend to their wind. You will bear fruit in every season. Watch me turn their curses into confirmations. Watch me use their gossip to push you into greatness. Watch me take the stone they threw and make it your foundation. You are unshaken because I have become your shield. This is not the time to shrink back. This is not the time to doubt what you heard me say. This is not the time to seek validation from those who never had vision. I gave you the vision. I gave you the assignment. I gave you the fire. And now, I give you release. Release from fear. Release from shame. Release from the cycle that tried to trap you. You are not bound to their timelines. You are not under their limitations. You are not defined by their opinions. You are mine. Marked, covered, protected. What they tried to curse, I have called blessed. What they tried to delay, I have accelerated. What they tried to sabotage, I have fortified. This is my doing, and it will be marvelous. So let them watch. Let them whisper. Let them wonder how it all turned around. Because you and I both know it wasn't luck, it wasn't chance. It was me. It was my grace that carried you. It was my hand that preserved you. It was my voice that called you out of the pit. And now I am calling you forward. No more replaying what they did. No more analyzing the betrayal. No more fear of what's next. What's next is miraculous. What's next is divinely appointed. What's next is the place of your inheritance. You will lack for nothing. You will overflow in wisdom, in strength, in favor. Because I have turned the tide, the resistance has been broken. The interference has been dismantled. Heaven is not just watching, heaven is working, and you are about to witness what it looks like when God steps in and says, "Enough." Let me speak to the fear that still tries to creep in. Yes, I know it lingers. The worry, the hesitation, the subtle trembling beneath your bold prayers. But I am telling you, you are safe. Not because of locks on your door, not because of who's with you or what's in your account. You are safe because I have placed my hand upon you. No weapon, not one, formed against you shall prosper. And every voice raised to condemn you will fall silent under the weight of my glory. They plotted in secret. They tried to entangle your name in lies. They moved like shadows. But I am the light, and wherever I shine, truth is revealed, justice is enforced, and darkness is broken apart. You're not vulnerable, you're victorious, because I've surrounded you with power. Yes, you're walking through a battlefield, but angels are walking beside you. Every step you take is being watched, not just by your enemies, but by heaven's army. And they don't sleep, they don't slumber, they don't retreat. You've been feeling pressure in the spirit. That's because I've been lifting you above the trap. They thought they had you cornered. They thought the delay would destroy your hope. They thought your silence was weakness. But I've been hiding you in plain sight. While they strategized, I sanctified. While they waited to strike, I shifted your position. And now, the trap they set for you will become their own snare. The ditch they dug for you will swallow their schemes. This is not vengeance. This is justice. Heaven's justice is never late, but it is always precise. And child, my justice is moving now. You will see vindication with your own eyes. You will see me make the crooked things straight. You will see me lift you in full view of the ones who said you were finished. Because what they forgot is that I do not lose. I do not retreat. I do not compromise. I do not overlook the cries of my chosen. You are my anointed. You are my investment. You are my beloved. And I defend what belongs to me. So stop rehearsing what they did. Stop reliving the rejection. Stop asking why they turned. They turned because they were never meant to stay. And I allowed it, not to harm you, but to preserve you. I pulled you out of the wrong conversations. I closed the door before the snake could strike. I disrupted the connection before the poison took root. They didn't reject you. I rescued you. You wanted peace, but I wanted purity. You prayed for restoration. I gave you revelation, and now you see it. They weren't for you. They couldn't handle your calling. They couldn't walk where I'm leading you. So I cut it off. Yes, I severed it, because the next dimension I'm pulling you into requires no baggage, no compromise, no divided heart. You're about to stand in places you've never imagined, and I will not allow sabotage to follow you there. I am increasing your discernment. You'll feel when the atmosphere shifts. You'll know when the conversation is poisoned. You'll sense when something is off, even without evidence. That's not paranoia. That's my protection. I'm sharpening your vision. I'm opening your ears. I'm aligning you with my frequency. Because this is a prophetic elevation, and where you're going, you'll have to see beyond what others can see. Yes, I've been training you in silence, in wilderness, in prayer. Now I am releasing you. You will no longer beg to be heard. You will no longer shrink to fit in. You will no longer apologize for being chosen. You are stepping into boldness, holy boldness, the same boldness that silences storms, that heals the sick, that casts out darkness with a word. Because I am with you, and when I am with you, nothing can stand against you. Not gossip, not betrayal, not witchcraft, not delay. I have already dismantled what was built against you, and what comes next: divine clarity, divine recovery, divine compensation. I am paying back what was stolen with interest. You will not end this year in the same pain you started it with. You will not go in circles anymore. You will not live in survival mode. You will thrive, child, because the plot failed and heaven intervened. And now, the glory begins. There's a shift happening even now. Can you feel it? The weight you've carried for so long. I'm lifting it. Not because you earned it, but because I am merciful. You've been attacked not for what you did wrong, but for what I've placed within you. The enemy saw your anointing before you even understood it. He saw the healing in your hands, the power in your voice, the authority in your footsteps. And so he plotted. He sent distractions. He sent counterfeit connections. He sent storms meant to bury your faith. But it all failed, because I anchored you to my presence. I tethered you to my promise. And even when you didn't feel strong, I was the strength in your bones. Now hear me clearly. You will not die in this warfare. You will not go under. You will not be taken out. You will not be erased. I have marked you for divine manifestation. You've been hidden, but not forgotten. You've been tested, but not abandoned. In fact, the battle was proof of the blessing. You asked me for elevation, but you didn't know it would come with enemies. You prayed for overflow, but you didn't realize it would stir opposition. That's because the higher you go, the more visible you become, and the more hell panics. But I tell you now, hell is panicking for good reason, because what I'm doing in your life cannot be stopped by curses, by gossip, or by schemes. I have sealed this breakthrough with my own hand. Let them gather. Let them speak. Let them try again. They will only watch as I prepare a table before you, right in their presence. And I'm not preparing just any table. I'm setting a table with recompense, a table with divine justice, a table with overflow so abundant, you'll bless others without even noticing the cost. You cried in secret. You held your tongue. You trusted me when no one else stood by you. Now I'm turning your private pain into public reward, because I am not just your defender. I am your promoter. And I don't promote based on popularity. I promote based on purity, based on perseverance, based on obedience when no one is watching. And child, I saw you. I saw when you walked away from what was tempting. I saw when you chose integrity over revenge. I saw when you said yes to me, even while bleeding. So now I say yes to you. Yes to the door they said was closed. Yes to the position they said was above you. Yes to the promise that looked dead. Because what they buried, I'm about to resurrect. You thought it was over, but I was just getting started. There is still more in you. There is still purpose in your breath. There is still destiny on your path. So stand up. Shake off the fear. Shake off the regret. Shake off the lies they tried to tie to your name. You are not cursed. You are chosen. You are not overlooked. You are anointed. You are not broken. You are becoming. Becoming all I said you'd be before you ever felt the first sting of betrayal. The enemies you see today, you will see them no more. Not because you'll fight them with fists, but because I will silence them by lifting you higher. Elevation is your defense. Favor is your shield. Peace is your weapon. And while they plan your downfall, heaven is preparing your launch. The delay was a setup. The warfare was a sign. The resistance was confirmation. You were never out of my will. You were right in the center of divine positioning. And now I'm releasing what was held back. What took years will now come quickly. What was blocked will now break open. What was sabotaged will now be rebuilt. Stronger, purer, higher, because I said so. And when I speak, the earth obeys. Demons scatter, chains break, doors open. So trust me, even when the warfare intensifies, trust me, because pressure always comes before delivery. And child, what I'm birthing in you is greater than anything that tried to break you. Let them plot. Let them wonder. While they waste energy trying to bring you down, you'll be rising on the wings of my promise. And they won't understand how, but you will. You'll say, it was God. It was always God. The storm tried to scare you. The betrayal tried to shatter you. But you remained. That's what they didn't expect. For you to still be standing. Because most people would have crumbled under that kind of pressure. Most would have given in to bitterness. Most would have quit. But you didn't. And because you didn't, I'm about to reward you openly. You weren't just surviving the attacks. You were sowing faith through them. Every tear you cried in silence was a seed. Every time you forgave instead of retaliating, you planted righteousness. Every time you said Amen while trembling, you were building a spiritual harvest. And now the harvest is here. Not in theory, not in metaphor. In reality, I'm bringing substance to your prayers, weight to your declarations, glory to your obedience. This is not just a spiritual moment. It's a physical turnaround. You will hold what you once only hoped for. You will touch what was delayed. You will walk through what they said would never open. I'm reversing what was spoken over you. Every curse, I'm turning it into a blessing. Every slander, I'm turning it into a spotlight. They said you were finished. Now they'll have to say, only God could have done this. Because I am not just delivering you, I am exalting you, not to make your name known, but to make my name glorified through your story. You've become a living testimony. And they will read the chapters in awe. They will ask, how did you make it through that season? And you will say, God carried me. You will be known not for what you survived, but for the glory you now walk in. Because I don't just protect my children, I showcase them. You're stepping into a season of holy recognition, not for applause, but for purpose. Because I'm not elevating you to be seen. I'm elevating you to be used. Your voice will carry healing. Your hands will release peace. Your presence will shift rooms, not because of who you are, but because of who lives inside you. You've been through the fire, and now you carry the flame. Let me tell you this: those who plotted against you will be confused by your rise. They will not understand how their traps failed. They will not comprehend how you soared despite sabotage. And that's by design, because my protection is not always loud. Sometimes it looks like silence, like closed doors, like isolation. But it was never abandonment. It was preservation. I hid you in the shadow of my wings while I rearranged everything behind the scenes. And now I'm bringing you out of hiding. This is the season of unveiling. Your gifts will speak. Your favor will make noise. Your testimony will unlock faith in others. What was once mocked will now be celebrated. What was overlooked will now be in demand. What was dismissed will now carry weight, because I touched it. I touched you. You are anointed for more than survival. You are anointed for legacy. Yes, they plotted, but heaven interrupted. And now, I'm rewriting your outcome. I'm calling forth the divine connections. I'm orchestrating the strategic alignments. I'm sending voices to speak on your behalf in rooms you've never entered. While you worship, I'm working. While you rest, I'm restoring. While you stay obedient, I'm unlocking access. The system that excluded you will now need you. The space that rejected you will request you. The people who doubted you will watch from afar as I do what only I can. Because when I step in, every scheme collapses. You don't need to fight dirty. You only need to walk boldly. I've assigned angels to go before you. I've given them charge to protect your destiny. And they are already dismantling what was sent to destroy you. So don't fear the whispering. Don't panic when the resistance increases. Don't doubt when the warfare rises again. That's just confirmation. They can feel what's coming. And what's coming is unstoppable. I am bringing you into the fullness of your promise, and no plot, no curse, no enemy can stand in the way, because I have spoken. And when I speak, it is finished. You've reached the turning point. This is not just a new chapter, this is a new book. I have closed the pages of sabotage, betrayal, and delay, and I am writing something holy, bold, and irreversible. You are stepping into a season where what once fought you will now favor you. The same places that denied you will now demand your presence. The same names that slandered you will have to acknowledge the hand of God on your life. Because I have prepared this moment, and I don't prepare in vain. Every lesson was part of the process. Every attack was part of the preparation. Every delay was divine strategy. You weren't being punished. You were being positioned. And now what I whispered to you in secret is about to manifest in public. Don't be surprised when doors open suddenly. Don't question it when blessings find you. Don't hold back when the spotlight turns your way. You were built for this. The anointing I placed on your life was never meant to stay hidden. Now it will speak louder than the voices that tried to silence you. Now it will shine brighter than the shadows they tried to cast over your name. You are not just surviving, you are rising. The weapons that were formed against you were never the real threat. You've always been the threat, because you carry something eternal. That's why the enemy fought so hard. Not because of where you were, but because of where I'm taking you. Heaven has marked you for elevation, and nothing can reverse that decree. So hear me clearly one more time. I am sending divine justice. You will not walk away empty. You will not end this season in loss. You will not carry shame into your future. I am restoring everything that was stolen, not just in quantity, but in quality. What was broken will be better. What was delayed will now accelerate. What was stolen will return multiplied. Because I am the God of recompense. I repay in ways no man can. I restore in places no one else sees. I resurrect what the world calls dead. And child, your promise is not dead. It's alive. It's breathing, expanding, awakening. Even now, I've gone before you. I've walked the path ahead of you. And I've cleared the traps you never even knew were there. So walk forward with holy confidence. Speak boldly with kingdom authority. Rest deeply, knowing I am your defender. There are some watching you even now, waiting to see if you'll fall. Let them watch. I will not allow your foot to slip. I will not allow the trap to snap. I will not allow the schemes to succeed, because I have claimed you as mine, and I defend what belongs to me. Those who rose against you with lies and envy will not win, not because you fought harder, but because I intervened. I stepped in. I sent angels on assignment. I rerouted what the enemy calculated, and I declared, "Touch not my anointed." So take your hands off the fear. Take your heart out of that battle. Let me finish what I started, because this is not your fight. It's mine, and I never lose. You've cried enough. You've questioned enough. Now, believe. Believe like it's already done. Rejoice like it's already here. Walk like the promise is already under your feet, because it is. Heaven has moved. The verdict has been released. The miracle is in motion. Tonight, yes, even tonight, something will break in your favor. Chains are falling, plots are crumbling, the heavens are thundering with victory. Now listen one more time. You are protected. You are chosen. You are surrounded by angels and covered by glory. This is your divine moment, and nothing will interfere. And before you go, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, because this is where I will continue revealing what's ahead for your life. Your future is too important to miss a single word I speak. And remember, heaven always intervenes for the chosen. You are not alone. You are not defeated. You are mine.